Hey guys, how's it going? Joester here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. So this time I wanted to make this like a special segment of the channel, which I'm going to answer a lot of you guys' questions, especially comments. I missed a lot of comments. I get tons of comments all the time. So in this video, this is going to be especially for that. So if you want to learn something from all these people asking me questions, you might learn something here. All right, so let's start with this video right now, guys. Let's do this. All right, here we go. Hey, Joester, does your TV need to be Atmos or DTSX compatible? My TV is 4K, don't believe it is. I will be getting a 4K Blu-ray player. If I hook the Blu-ray up to the soundbar, will I get Atmos or DTSX? Okay, so this is a common question, especially right now if you're buying soundbar that has Dolby Atmos or receiver that has Dolby Atmos, and maybe your TV doesn't support Dolby Atmos. So it's very, very basic. All you have to do is just use HDMI with the ARC and let that soundbar or receiver decode the audio. Sometimes there's options on the TV that says what kind of audio you want to use. Make sure you use Bitstream. That's the one that you want to let the receiver or soundbar do the audio decoding, and that's it. All right, so here's another question. Hey Joester, curious as how to this TV stacks up to the 8 series, the Series 8 LED. The picture is that much better? So he's talking about the Samsung, the Q60R. So it's a quantum dot LED TV, and I think he's referring to the 8 series, which is the HU8000. So between the HU8000 and the quantum dot, especially the Q60, it's not a big difference, but there you can notice the difference, especially in the colors and contrast and black levels. Quantum dot does enhance the picture quality, but it's not as much as pronounced as if you jump to the Q80R or a full array local dimming TV. So my recommendation is that if there's a difference of like maybe $200, I will do it. I will do the upgrade. But if it's over that, like $300, $400, or $500, I wouldn't do it. It just doesn't make any sense to pay that much for just a quantum dot. I mean, it does enhances the picture, but it's not, I don't think it's worth that much money, unless it's a Q80R or a Q90R. So this guy says he's commenting on the Q60R when I connected to my PC. So he says, I'm going to buy a 4K TV to pay, okay, at 1440p. This guy is a genius. Well, thanks for the compliment. I think I've watched around 50 videos on using TV for a monitor, and everyone doesn't know what they're talking about. It is so easy to be a YouTuber. The bar of entry is so low. Their days. I think he meant to say these days. Just got to make sure you overpay for a shot and piss away your money. Well, my friend, you edited this comment and you still had a ton of mistakes. Anyways, so basically what he's trying to say is that I'm playing a 1440p resolution, a 4K TV, The thing is that with this TV, what I was trying to show in that video is that you have the option of using 4K 60, 4K 60 resolution, and 1440p with 120 Hz of refresh rate. Some people prefer performance rather than resolution. So with this TV, you have that option. You can either use 120 Hz or 60 Hz, but you have to sacrifice resolution. So that is the option, and I think is great because if you're going to play a fast-paced game or a shooter, you might want to go for a faster resolution, faster refresh rate than resolution, right? So you have those options with this TV. Obviously, probably this guy doesn't even own one of these TVs, and so he doesn't know what he's talking about. But I get comments like this sometimes, and people, they just don't know what they're talking about, and they just want to look all flashy. Really good video. Is it fine to hang the projector at the ceiling, the lens pointing down, and will the child protection from the laser beam still work as if it was standing or something? All right, so he's talking about the ultra short laser projectors on the video that I did a comparison with the Xiaomi and the VAVA. So you have that option to mount the projector on the ceiling. I don't even know if the child protection laser thing is still gonna work. I don't think so, because it's gonna be sitting on the ceiling. So I would have turned off. I will turn it off, because I don't think anyone is gonna get hurt or anything. But honestly, I'll give you my personal opinion. I wouldn't hang the projector on the ceiling. I think these projectors, actually I have the VAVA right here, these are designed to be sitting on a TV stand, you know, because if you flip the projector, you're gonna have to flip the screen too. Well, if you get this kind of screens, because the screens are designed to get the light from the bottom. So I'm assuming that you're gonna have to flip the screen as well. So I mean, I think it's going to be looking cool if it's on the ceiling, but it's gonna be looking weird too. It's up to you, but personally, I wouldn't hang this or ceiling mount this type of projectors. I will do the ones that are sitting in the back, way in the back, so that way nobody gets in the way. But that's the whole point of an ultra short or laser projector, so you can have it like this. All right, so here's another question. Hey, Jolster, I can get this TV for $200 off my buddies, so is it worth getting it in 2019? He's talking about, I believe he's talking about the KS8000, yeah, KS8500. So that's a 2016 TV. It's a great TV when it came out. It looked beautiful, quantum dot and everything. And so if you're getting this for $200, 55-inch or even 65, I don't know. I think it is worth it. That's a great TV. I love it. I ordered this TV because the competition financially supports the Chinese Communist Party during the trade war. Plus, TCL and Hisense are questionable. All right, so he's talking about VCO TV, that he probably chose VCO over TCL and Hisense because TCL and Hisense supports the Chinese Communist Party. No, first of all, I don't know about politics. I don't care about politics. All I care is that how good my TV is going to be. And personally, honestly, I have reviewed a couple of VCO TVs, and those TVs are not very reliable, my friend. So if you are purchasing a VCO just because the other, companies, they support these politicians or politics, whatever they're doing, just make sure that you buy a warranty, an extended warranty, because that TV is probably going to go bad in just a few months. Hopefully you're lucky and you don't get that. But based on my experience, the couple of TVs that I have reviewed, both of them issues in the first month. Blackouts. I've had a slow operating system. The TV freezes. It's just a pain. It doesn't work well with Xbox or PlayStation. It's just those TVs are not reliable. So in the end, it's your money, it's your decision. I just want you to get the best out of your TVs. And if you're buying a VCO, buy an extended warranty. Hey Joster, how far are you from the screen? Just wondering if the camera was closer. So I usually sit from my screen, like if I'm sitting in front of a 55-inch, I usually sit around maybe like 8 feet away. If I have a 65-inch, probably like 10 feet away. That is how I feel comfortable sitting, but everyone is different. So this just depends on your choice, but I prefer to sit between 8 to 10 feet away if I'm watching a movie. Of course, if I'm playing, I'm probably going to get closer. I don't know, maybe like 6 feet away from my TV. It depends, but that's how far I sit from my TV. All right, so here's another question. This one is regarding the VAVA projector. It says, unfortunately, still no 3D option after new upgrade. Maybe he meant to say update. But anyways, yes. So the newest update, I did a video about it and everything that it brought and fixed and everything. But there's still no 3D option. But I heard from VAVA directly from them that the 3D option is going to be available by the end of January. Most likely around February. So if you're looking for the 3D option, it will be available. I'm really excited to get that because that's what I use right now, the VAVA projector, and 3D movies in a laser projector. They look freaking insane. I already have the lenses and everything ready. So just be patient. We will have that update later on. Less than a month. It should be ready. It should be here. I made myself a tea. My God. Alright, so I have another question here. Jolster, I have heard that the ARRL material is particularly difficult to keep tight and flat within the frame. I noticed that yours has some issues at the top corners. Any advice? So he's talking about my ARRL screen, this one right here that I have from Illusion Vision. And I did notice, and I get a lot of comments on this, that the screen on top on each corner, they have wrinkles. So those, pretty much this is a defect from the factory, from the designer, the manufacturer is a defect. They use springs instead of using tensioning rods, where when they're holding the screen to make it tight, they didn't use these tensioning rods as comparison. Instead, they use this like springs with holes, punch holes on the screen, which I don't know why they went for that decision. It's just that it doesn't make everything even. That's what the whole purpose of the tensioning rods is. And I made them know. They already know. I told them. I sent them pictures and explained what happened. And they also sent me instructions on how to fix those wrinkles. But they're very difficult to do it. I think the best option is to just get the one with the tensioning rods instead. And I believe they fixed that because I noticed another YouTube channel with the same screen. They're reviewing the same screen, and they do have the tensioning rod, so everything looks nice and clean and even. So that's pretty much it. So here's another interesting question that I get a lot. This guy says, Jolster, I can't really see a difference between the Illusion Vision and Crystal PET. So he's talking about the ARRL screens, this one and another one that I have reviewed. Is that because of the camera, or is there really not much of a difference? And I think I did answer to this one, and the thing is, like, there is no difference. I believe they're made by the same material. I believe these screens, they both look great. The only difference that I see is just this one has this LED around it, which of course you can buy online if you want to have that ambient light around the screen. But other than that, I believe it's the same. They look exactly the same. Picture looks beautiful. So, another big difference is the price. You know, the PET, the XY screens, I believe it's around $800. And this one is almost $3,000. So it's a big difference on price. So if you want to save some money, go for the XY screens. If you want to get this light, ambient light right here, go for this one, or just buy another one from Amazon. All right, so this guy says the LED light doesn't make the screen better, bro. He's talking about the screen, this one right here, the Illusion Vision, which of course has the LED ambient light. So he's just telling me that the LED light doesn't make the screen better. Yeah, I know. I know. This is just for looks, ambient light. I like it. It looks cool. So it's optional. You don't have to buy it. But yeah. So here's the last question, guys. This guy says, Jolster, so if I have an Xbox and a PS4, I can only hook up one for Atmos? Okay, so he's referring to one of my video with the Sony X9000F Soundbar, which has Dolby Atmos, but it only has one HDMI port, which means that yes, you can only hook up one device at a time. In this case, well, only the Xbox supports Dolby Atmos, the PlayStation doesn't. But of course, I understand that you want to hook everything up and don't worry, and not to worry about unplugging and replugging back in. So in that case, I will suggest to go for a soundbar or receiver that has multiple HDMI ports. For example, in this case, I have the Nakamichi. This is the Shockwafe 7.2.4. This one does have 3 HDMI ports. Actually, it has 4, but 3 are for, for different devices. And the 4th one is so you can hook up to your, to your TV and the HDMI ARC. So I would suggest to look for something like this. If you have more than just one device, this is a much better option, and this sounds great. Dolby Atmos, DTSX, it supports HDR, Dolby Vision, It has dual subwoofers. Watch my review. It's an awesome soundbar. I love it. And pretty much everyone who owns one of this soundbar system, they're gonna tell you how good they are, how much they love it. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. I'm gonna let you go now because my throat is killing me. I swear to God, I usually don't get this sick, but oh my goodness. Thank you so much for stopping by, and also thank you for all your comments. I try to read them all, I try to answer them all, but I miss them a lot. Just so many of them. So I try to do this every week to see how it works. Maybe this help you guys as well to answer some of your questions, even though if you didn't ask this. But anyways, thank you guys so much. I'm Jolster, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Jolster out.